Like if you look at More Than a Woman or We Need a Resolution, like that video still would be ahead of its time right now.
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair though, back then they were spending way more money on their videos.
Big budgets.
They like a big budget video now compared to then. Like I seen some of like Kanye's early videos, $1 million videos.
But okay, here's a devil's advocate, right? And when I say this, my mom be like, "I don't want to talk to no advocate of the devil." Yeah. But nobody advocating for Satan. But with the resources that we have now, it should be way less expensive to make something on par. Do you feel like artistry and people's teams have just gotten lazy?
That's a good question.
That's a good one.
You know?
Yeah.
They have got lazy though.
For sure.
But then too, I think like back then they was just overtaxing though.
Exactly.
Cause they be like, "Oh yeah, you want a Hype Williams video?" Off the rip before you even ask you what you want to do.
Yeah.
Like 100,000.
Yeah.
I talked to Rodney Jerkins. He said the music industry will never make the money it made in the 90s.
Hell no. Hell no. It's not even as profitable with streaming.
But for us, they said the labels make more than they ever did. Ever.
I believe that.
Because of the checks that the streaming that Spotify and Apple and everybody got to cut them. They're making way more.
I believe that.
And they're spending way less. Right? So I feel like Rodney said for Michael Jackson during that project, he was between like, I don't want to throw him under the bus, but niggas around that time was getting $1 million just to show up to the room.
Damn.
To show up.
$1 million?
$1 million to show up that day.
Yeah.
For your time. Like, so if you write a song, you know, sometimes you go to the studio, you might not come up with nothing. We come back tomorrow. You got $1 million that day.
$1 million.
Then you're publishing because.
But that's Mike though.
Yeah, but then imagine what he was getting for J-Lo. And like, just imagine, like niggas was getting, I heard Timberland at one point was getting 100,000 just to show up.
I heard that too before.
Stupid bread.
Crazy.
Yeah, them days is done, man.
It's a dope documentary too on
fight for your life for a check, man.
It's a dope documentary. I think it's on Showtime. It's about how they made Thriller.
Yeah.
And they were basically like showing how they didn't even want Mike like the fund. He had to fund his own videos and shit after a while.
Why?
After Thriller already becoming like the #1 selling album of all time, he wanted to go do the Thriller video, and they did not want to give him no chili for that.
I respect it.
I was like, damn. I'm like, them labels is cold,
bro.
And he ended up taking his own bread.
Mike had a vision, man.
And then you feel me? Seeing he was infatuated with like the Wolfman. Went and found the fucking director who made the Scary Movie to make his mask and shit like that, and put that whole shit together and funded it himself. And yeah.
You have to.
Mike got a vision.
And that's why I think the singer-songwriters and the creators, like the producers, songwriters, are the future, because we was able to humble ourselves enough to be in the rooms to get the secret information. It's like being a fly on the wall.
Right.
And then also we are not starving artists, the ones that were able to crack through the system and reinvest into ourselves, like Victoria Monet, Money Long, Eric Bellinger, myself. It's like that just happened to me. They was like, we don't know about this video, and you're kind of like over budget. So I was like, all right, bet I'll make you a deal with my company, with my partnership that I'm having right now. I said, I'll shoot the video
right
in the way I want it to be and how I want it to reflect my song. And if you like it, just reimburse me, or just meet me halfway.
Yeah. And
I think that we have to be willing to invest into ourselves. You can't just be like, oh man, my label don't get it. Like how that's Michael Jackson, and he had to do it.
Yep. Nigga said, fuck it, you don't get it, I'm gonna fund the shit myself.
Yeah, it's your vision. At the end of the day, you gonna look crazy.
Even what's it called? And bro, I tell you, he upstairs right now. OT, like they didn't want to give him no money to do the Coco video.
Yeah,
he spent his own bread for that motherfucker.
Exactly. That's your life. That's your legacy. You gonna sit there and complain and blame another motherfucker? My record right now, Sugar Water and Lime. Niggas was telling me, oh, radio ain't a thing. I'm like, bro, radio makes superstars.
Radio, still radio.
For sure.
That's why we don't got superstars. You know what I mean? Streaming, you know, your streams be looking a certain type of way because you done got playlists, and you gonna depend on Jeopardy and like slot machines your whole career. Like, what if somebody at Spotify don't see you and playlist your record? You don't believe in it no more? So I took all my money and put it in the radio because I understand how BMI and ASCAP work. If my instincts are right, it's gonna come right back to me.
Gonna come right back.
And now, nigga, we flying, and now they're gonna come behind it.
There you go.
You got to
going crazy. Invest in yourself, man.
Invest in yourself, man. So therefore, at least you know I gave it my best. You sitting there buying clothes. I be seeing niggas buy chains and clothes and shit like that. It's like you complaining, but to go to radio would have been half what that chain cost.
For sure.
Pun always say that shit too.
For sure.
Really?
Yeah. He'll be like, niggas will go buy chains, smoke weed,
And they
niggas buy
complain.
pounds and all that, and be like, damn, I ain't got that much for a music video.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Priorities fucked
And
up.
it's a way better investment. Investing into that shit, let that shit go crazy, and then buy 5 chains off of the royalties from that shit and the show money from that. So it's just you gotta take away that mentality that the niggas done seen in the 90s. They ain't making that type of bread no more to just have that shit laying around and get the chain and the radio.
okay, but see, part of the 90s thing too was a lot of them people did not recoup. We could talk about the superstars,
Right.
But we ain't talking about the motherfuckers that they didn't gave these big ass budgets to that they album flop.
But
You know what I'm saying?
A lot of people wasn't as educated about the music business back then compared to now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
And-
that's a whole different time.
They had
And
an
then-
internet.
And then too, honestly, the internet made it to where motherfuckers could survive. Like you had to have a label back then,
Right.
To even make it in the music industry
Right,
and
bro.
shit too. So it's like, nigga, you have 2 choices. You can either have a bad deal and be fucking critically acclaimed and known, or try to do it yourself.
Exactly.
Which was non-existent in that time.
And that's why I feel like it's really no excuses, and that goes for even me when I'm down. Like niggas couldn't get to Apple Music. You feel me? Niggas couldn't get to the consumer if you didn't have a record deal. Like I really, I'll be trying to be. They put me through media training, man. I can't.
Media training. We're keeping it real right now.
You know what I mean? Like you got to think about it. When it was Genuine, when Usher and them was out, like back in the day, it was whoever had the better record between him, Genuine, Cisco, Tyrese.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So if I wanted to do music out my bedroom, niggas wasn't gonna hear that shit. I can't get on VH1
At all.
I can't get on TRL. I can't get on 106 in Park.
No
because
radio.
Exactly. Now, niggas, if your shit is fire and you got a vision, you invest in it, put it on YouTube, spend $200 a day marketing it, get into that algorithm, use it to your advantage. You know what I mean? Like if y'all sitting there flexing on, you flexing on relationships that ain't gonna stick around, and take half of that, invest it into yourself. I promise you.
Woo!
Give yourself a fighting chance,
He's
man.
talking to you, AD, right now.
What you mean?
No,
You listening, nigga?
Come on, man.
He ain't talking to me.
He's talking to you.
No.
Nah.
I'm saying you should be listening to what he's saying.
I am
he
listening.
know.
My work ethic is impeccable right now. Of all time I've ever been.
He's talking about the marketing side.
The marketing is, nigga, this is marketing.
Let's to the marketing.
We have a whole platform.
AD,
To
you
market
still
on.
rap?
Nigga, just listen to what he's saying, motherfucker.
Wait, AD, you don't rap no more?
Oh yeah, I'm back on it.
Okay,
Heavy.
good.
Every day.
Because that's how I met him.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I met you in the
Every
studio
day,
with
every
Game.
day. Facts.
You remember that?
Facts.
You
Yeah.
said game?
Yeah,
with Game.
In the studio
Chuck.
with Game. Yeah.
Shout out to
Chuck,
Chuck, man.
the documentary 2 sessions and shit.
Yeah.
That
Shout out
shit
Chuck,
was
man.
cracking. Drinking the Jamesons and the pickle juice. That shit was
man.
lit. Great time.
Shout out
Great
to Chuck.
time.
I
Legendary.
remember I had to run up in Rock Nation and be like, and beg Jay to let me put out a mixtape. I was like, niggas think I'm Nate Dogg, bro. Let me. I was on every rapper hook. I was like, I was like Deborah Cox. How did you get here? I said yes to Ross. Then I said yes to Gay. Then I'm on a song with Nip. I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm Nate Dogg.
I'm Nate Dogg. I'm not even from LA. I begged Jay. I was like, please, just a week in the studio. Just give me a week of studio time, bro. Please. He was like, really? All right, bet.
That's funny.
Yep.
That's hard.
Yeah.
Then I had to
like
go
that.
and beg no ID. Can we put it out, please?
Put it out.
No,
They let me rock though.
But going back, circling to like the 90s shit, like, you ever seen that show Unsung?
Yeah, man.
Man.
Bro, it's like, god damn, every single legend in this, especially R&B.
And got walked over.
Man,
Yeah.
I'm like, SWV is one of my favorite groups of all time. And I was like, one of them had to work at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
You feel me? I was like,
Walked over.
that shit is wow. And then TLC,
That TLC shit is crazy.
how much money they had to split between each other and shit like that.
Best
over.
selling girl group of all time,
Walked
bro.
over, bro.
Bankrupt.
Only got $50,000.
If that. And then you got to pay management. Then you got to pay lawyer fees.
I was watching shit. Lisa Left Eye said they only got $50,000, and the label made like something crazy.
Yes.
It was like
when they had
stupid millions.
when they had the #1 album in the world,
and they went up
like
to the
that's
label.
crazy.
Do you understand how that shit make you feel, bro?
They went up to the label and held the label
Yeah.
hostage with pistols.
Yeah.
To get their money.
They was really with it though. They was really with it.
Yeah, Lisa
Left Eye wasn't playing.
Left Eye was
No.
shit. Yeah.
God rest her soul, man.
Man, for real.
Yeah, no, that
I'm
shit-
like,
She a Gemini. You got to watch them Geminis.